Okay, I think I'm back. But I'm not sure. Let's find out if this is working. Switched over, transitioning, continue. Okay. Start game.
Everything that lives is designed to end. We are perpetually trapped in a never-ending spiral of life and death. Is this a curse? Or some kind of punishment? I often think about the god who blessed us with this cryptic
Alright, it
puzzle,
looks like it's actually streaming the game.
and wonder if
Excellent.
we'll ever have the chance to kill him.
Hey Bardia, how's it going? Okay, well now the game's really loud again. Okay, I have to play the settings again.
Your squadron, come in.
This is kind of annoying. I gotta get to a point where I can save the game.
Penetrated the stratosphere.
And then
Autopilot
hopefully I won't have to
systems
start this
green across the
over
board.
for the 4th time.
This is Operator 60. All units confirmed.
Bardia, I told you I'll
We've
play
passed the
Minecraft
50
with you later on, which
threshold
I
and
will.
are proceeding
I'm
towards
just
the
gonna
target. Understood.
give me an hour?
Once you reach their
An hour
anti-air
playing this
defenses,
game and I'll
proceed
come play
to
the other
manual
games with
attack
you.
formation.
I want to do
Destroy the
as much of a
Goliath-class
speed
unit by
run
any
as I
means
can to
necessary,
finish
and that's
Minecraft,
what
see if
takes
that
10.
works.
Understood. "12H down. All units activate manual mode and rely on visuals to evade.
Already engaged. Free movement unlocked.
Oh,
Origin
free
point
movement
of
unlocked.
long-range lasers confirmed."
No, like I said, it was probably my fault for not noticing that
11
nothing's
feet
happening on
down.
the other screen.
Our HO229
I have two
cancelers are
screens. One is
ineffective.
showing OBS, what's happening in OBS, the other one and chat while also watching my game. I just have to pay attention. I normally have some people watching or participating with me. I
Requesting
guess
permission to
Ezekiel
engage.
left
Permission
and
granted.
Adblock isn't even playing the same game I am. If he's even playing anything. Alright, so you guys will see what I mean. It's a bullet heli side-scrolly shooty thing right now. And then it'll... I guess I'm the one at the bottom right now. The one that's doing most of the movement and most of the shooting.
Assuming captain's duty.
Oh, the Skimpy Outfits will be here in a second. Just wait. I gotta get out of the flight simulator mode or whatever the hell this
Permission
is.
granted.
I feel like you need a joystick to continuously play this area, this mode, this whatever. And also, I just feel like I should just be smacking my laser. My laser sword, my laser butt, I'm not sure what this is. I could just not stop shooting too.
Captain, I think 4B down. 2B to Operator 60. All allied units down.
I know. Like I said,
operation is compromised.
the sound
Awaiting
of the
further
game is
orders.
too high, and I gotta wait till I can get into the menu to change the sound, which I can't do at this point of the game, which is why I'm waiting for a save point, or at least to get to a point where I can. Yeah. Nope, still no ability. I know. No, if I sound like I'm getting irritated, it is just irritation from OBS and everything kind of screwing up. I'm trying to make this as smooth of a process as possible.
Standard top laser activated. Short control. Activating short-range attack gear.
And here are the Skimpy outfits.
Alert. Large enemy group detected.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
I thought this haircut's back in style. Although I don't get this whole thing with the blindfolds. Maybe I'll figure it out a little bit later.
Enemies destroyed.
Not quite.
No, still can't change it.
Is that our target?
Negative. This enemy is unrelated. Proposal. Dispatch it as swiftly as possible.
You don't say.
Communications recovered.
Yeah, hold on. I'll unmute you in a second.
Pod program download complete.
Actually, I'm wrong. I can't unmute you actually, because if I tap out of the game again, can you tag Ezekiel? Just tag Ezekiel in Discord. Ask him to unmute you. This is why I need mods in this goddamn server. Those are really, really high boots.
Better
What do we
make
call
sure
them? We
he's
called them
actually
hooker
dead
boots
next
back
time.
then?
That was dangerous,
Not back
man.
then. Now we call them hooker boots? God, there it is. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now the game can somewhat work properly. Confirm. Confirm. Thigh-high boot. No, I know what they are. But that's not what we called them.
You're 2B, right? My name's 9S. I'm here to provide support.
Copy that.
Okay, so now the game is
So,
quiet.
that big old buzzsaw guy
Ezekiel, you're
you
back.
take
Can
out?
you unmute a block?
Just another defensive
Since
system.
I can't apparently tab out of this
Well,
game anymore.
I guess we have to find the target then, huh?
Yeah, I just did.
I've got a flight
Okay.
unit.
Are you
so
what?
Take a look around the
That's
perimeter.
what you wanted.
All right.
So I made
Are
sure
you-
to get in.
Well, if he starts making a bunch of random noise again, then yeah, mute him. So yeah, I'm unable
Well,
to.
literally,
Hmm?
You might want to try to get Zero on or something because I literally have to leave for work.
Oh, well,
in a
where
bit,
is she?
So he's either going to be mute or on mute.
Hold on. I'm not saying that only hookers wore those boots, but let's just say there was a certain time where a lot of hookers wear those boots. But again, no judgment from anyone about what you wear. I believe in a free and open society where people can wear whatever the hell they want. Like, who am I to tell you what to wear? Right, Ezekiel?
Mm-hmm.
Also, here are the Skimpy outfits, since if anyone was wondering.
Still trying to see if you can get people to support that.
Support what?
Never mind. If you've forgotten it.
I haven't
probably
forgotten
just have
anything. Look. Let's not promote.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not.
Those types of things on this stream. Let's promote those types of things in other places, other times. Maybe not on Twitch. Maybe if I'm just live streaming to YouTube. YouTube seems to have a higher threshold for abuse. Because I don't know, people have been getting banned off of Twitch for like relatively mundane things, I guess. But I guess it's all about the community that you hang out in and who you're promoting and what kind of ideals you're promoting. Sorry, I got positioned the camera so it's not constantly showing you upskirt shots of her. It's not why I'm here.
2B? Ma'am?
What is it?
I was going to send you the map data I collected
Oh, yeah?
earlier.
Do it.
Wait, if you made a video about how to make money on YouTube, but YouTube's killing your channels, why is YouTube killing your channels? What kind of ideas are you promoting that would make YouTube kill your channels? I get me. I'm what am I promoting? Personal responsibility? I think this is the thing we were doing. Yeah, people don't like personal responsibility. You gotta make sure that everything is somebody else's fault, because that's the only way that the Marxists can make anything happen. And why the SJWs are so powerful. People can't take responsibility for their own actions. People start taking responsibility for their own actions. You can't blame everyone else for your problems. You can't have systemic racism if, you know, people don't believe in racism. Sorry, I'm gonna go on rant about this all over again, but that's probably why my channels are getting I don't know what to even call it. I don't think I'm getting oppressed, suppressed, or anything. Because I guess since I changed my channel and did less pro-Trump content, YouTube's been pretty good at promoting me in some places, but not many places. Oh yeah, okay. No, that makes sense. That's the same kind of stuff that's like right now. One of my highest videos is we had the gun debate. We literally took every point we could possibly find from leftist news articles and stuff, talking about gun rights and gun control, and we just got a bunch of people who actually know about gun rights and gun control, and just stuck them all in the live stream. I think it was 2.5 hours of us discussing. Okay, Ezekiel had a problem with this because we called it the ultimate gun debate, but it wasn't actually a debate. It was just a debunking of every liberal talking point.
Well, see, a debunk is good, but it's also like, how can that not just be a video? And the other problem is you don't really have someone trying to defend the positions. So you're
I
not
couldn't
actually
find
guessing.
anybody. I literally couldn't find anybody that was what, pro anti-gun. I couldn't find anyone anti-gun.
Nothing's
That's the
ever
problem.
easy.
If I could find somebody who was anti-gun, I would be more than happy to debate them on all the points, all of them. But again, couldn't find them. Oh, okay. So you got one of those channels where, okay. See, we had a similar problem with my former affiliates. He was going to do the book club that we do, and it was supposed to be on not 19 Brave New World. We're doing the review and a breakdown of Brave New World, and he just tagged the goddamn video, and they took away his live streaming capability. It said that his channel was just spamming. The live stream didn't even start. He was just tagging the goddamn live stream, and yeah. I think my channel is currently at a 1/4 loss, so that's pretty much where they're keeping me at. I had pretty steady growth, and then it kind of stopped after a while. No, keep shooting.
For you, it seems to just have stopped kind of near the 300 mark, but it does seem to be growing again.
No, my channel is growing. I took off all my political videos and just kept the podcast up, and I'm just gonna focus on doing the podcast because the podcast is pretty much what I want to do, more so than just ideologically yelling at people about what they should or shouldn't be doing or what's actually happening. People wanna know what's happening or how everything's working out. They can watch the podcast. It's anywhere from 45 minutes to 2 hours of me talking about stuff. Me and Siggy talking about stuff. So it's fair. It's equal. We have female to male equality ratios. And she's a Middle Eastern woman, so that also means that we get more points. More what are they called? 10 channels? Can I ask you what's the highest sub count you've reached before they shoved your channel somewhere where no one can find it?
Me mostly work alone. Scouting out enemy lines and all that. I don't usually get a partner. It's kind of fun.
Emotions are prohibited.
Sorry, ma'am.
And another thing, stop calling me ma'am.
10 channels.
Huh?
That's a lot of
It's
channels. When do you have time to produce that much
Alright, then.
content?
2B it is.
Is he twitching? Oh yeah, can I still use my laser? I can. Excellent. I completely forget about my laser. Wait, you went from 1,000 subs in one of your channels to 13? What were you doing on that channel that you dropped so quickly or so much, or just depression? Is it just depression? I think it's just depression. They're really unhappy. We did a couple of live streams on the subject too. How the Media Matters people just decided that anyone who's pro-conservative rights is just pretty much going to have to bite the bullet there. Yeah, constitutional rights are fun. Too bad people don't know what the hell they are. And every point that people seem to be making right now is like, oh, why should we have all these privileges? You have these privileges because they were given to you. So what the hell's the point of getting privileges and then literally giving them away to a government that doesn't care? Come on. There it is. Are you still producing content to the same degree? I say to the same degree, but what I mean was same frequency. It might be what do you call it? I guess they're covering all their bases. They're tackling everyone who's inside of specific. Oh, okay. Well, they're tackling people who are within
This
specific
place sure
circles
is
of
big.
people, and I guess they're not happy about
I guess
things.
humans used to use it as a weapons factory.
Certain people
But now it's just
allying themselves with
crawling
other people.
machines. The enemy seems to have repurposed the facility to increase their overall machine production.
So if we don't destroy it, they'll just keep coming.
Where do I go from here? Here. I don't know. I stopped worrying about my sub count a while ago. With the moment the demonetization happened, this started happening with PewDiePie and stuff. I put out a video that I sent to all of my favorites, closest connections on YouTube, and I asked them to either re-upload, mirror the video, or at least share it on their goddamn Twitters so people can see. But the case that I was trying to make is that if YouTube is so worried about getting rid of their advertisers, then we, as the community, who are willing to advertise and who are willing to work with free speech, should become the YouTube advertisers. So YouTube should be getting their money from us. That way they can't suppress their own advertisers, because that's a stupid business model. So I suggested that people take a portion of their YouTube revenue and funnel it back into YouTube promoting you. That way YouTube is promoting you and taking your money, which will make YouTube a little bit more profit, and it gains you the lack of oppression, because YouTube can't suppress you if they're forced to promote you. You know that for a fact the left side, the progressive side, has a lot of money being funneled into it. What the hell? From certain things, like the Creators for Change program, for example. It's people who are ideologically driven to continuously demand that everything be progressed forward. And yeah, well, we don't have all that much money on our end, surprisingly enough. The pro-conservative side is the one that doesn't have that much money coming into it, while the leftist anti-capitalist side
Random, nonsensical data from the old
does.
There's no actual meaning behind
Honestly,
anything
a large
machines do.
part of the issue, or at least in the United States, is probably the shift with the Liberal Party.
God. Sorry, no, I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to pay attention to the chat instead of the game. And sorry, go on. I'll address the chat in a second.
Well, for example, the sudden shift with the neocon party in the United States. There's a lot of things that they say sound good in practice or ideal, which is promoting a sense of personal liberties through the free market. However, the way that they actually conduct themselves, the candidates, being like Bill Clinton and Hillary, is very opposite, so to say. But it makes it so that having an understanding of the importance of the market is still something that can get you drawn in towards the left, while so much of it is also having socialism being implemented into it.
Right. Okay, but you've talked about this before. No one has an interest in finding out what your actual rights are or how systems actually work. They care about ideologically driving things. Like we last stream we talked about this when it comes to the global warming situation. What is the solution to most global warming? Pay more taxes, right? It's always pay more taxes. It's spend less, pay more taxes. Not necessarily actually doing anything but the problem. They'll say things like reuse, reduce, recycle, but do you know where all your recycling goes? Recycling goes to private corporations that make money off the recycling. It's easier for them to sort through the aluminum cans and crap if you just pre-separate everything for them. Private companies absolutely sort through the garbage that they get. A lot, and the States started doing this a while ago. They let's say buy, not even buy, they take Canadian garbage. Occasionally, the Canadian government pays American companies to take their trash. And when they take the trash, they store it. They've created new sorting facilities. The recycling facilities clearly recycle all the metals. And they recycle all the metals and convert all the biological waste into power. They generate power with them, and then whatever's left over is also used for other products. They figured out how to convert plastics back into base carbons, and then those base carbons back into a fuel source to smelt a lot of the metals back to... Like, it's become its own self-sufficient system. That's become incredibly profitable as well for these same companies. And you can almost say that the right way to reduce, reuse, and recycle was actually found by the corporations. And they don't really give a shit if you sort your garbage. They'll do it for you, and they'll turn a profit after it as well.
Yeah, hence why I'm in favor of trying to use free market as a solution. I just don't like the current political philosophy that's in place in the United States that would agree most with that, mainly because what they also see is free market as, we're using like the neocon as an example, is trying to promote much more of their leftist ideology. I guess that, by technicality, would make me more libertarian in that sense, but...
Yeah, but I keep telling you guys, libertarian is almost not a real thing. It's just people that want to be capitalists. Anything other than capitalism, when it comes to libertarianism, like open borders, is also just more Marxist ideals. And corporate what do you call it? People with corporate interests at heart. Because the only people you need to open up your borders to aren't immigrants. They're just corporations. It's all about what the corporations want to do. It's about what they want to, how they want to do it. I talked about this with YouTube and their ideological leanings. Remember when they're like, we want to bring people here from Pakistan to be able to pay them American wages because they deserve it. They shouldn't have to live in Pakistan and be given Pakistani wages or whatever the hell it is. They deserve this.
So, well, it's their fucking country that they fucked up, isn't it?
No. But if Google wants to hire, they say, what does it say? We need to have open borders so we can hire Pakistani people from Pakistan to give them a chance. But why? Okay, one of my major points was that, but Google is a transnational corporation, right? They don't just exist in America. They're not just out of California. They don't need to pay Pakistanis in California American wages. They can pay Pakistanis in Pakistan American wages. That'll literally improve the Pakistani economy by literally giving people in Pakistan American wages. No one's forcing them to pay a certain amount of less money to Pakistani people in Pakistan. This is why it's ideological. If Google wants to pay people more money, they can just pay more people more money in their headquarters in Pakistan. They don't have to bring them to America. What's the point of bringing them to America? There's literally none. It's ideological. It's purely 100% ideological. Guys, I really didn't want to fucking have conversations about politics on this channel. But it's a lot of ideological dribble. And it'll continue to be that way. Sorry, okay, now back to the chat. Steven Crowther had a Twitter create his ad.
I don't know. Moved it
Oh,
somewhere?
right.
Yeah, I think I'm just about to leave pretty soon here. I think I might be part of the issue.
Why are you part of the issue?
When I'm on...
No, whatever. Like, I don't care. It's me and April Rain and you, and we're kind of talking about politics. Steven Crowther, I saw that most recent one that he did, where he talked about the fact that he's being banned off of Twitter, and anyone who's following him is also being oppressed and suppressed.
Yeah, there's more plants and animals here than there used to be.
I'm sure we're all oppressed and suppressed by Twitter at a certain degree because, again, I don't call it social media anymore, guys. I want this to catch on. I want people to stop calling it social media, and I may not have been the first person to come up with this, but I don't want to call it social media anymore. I want to call it socialist media because it embodies the socialist mentality of the entire situation. It takes collectivists. What the fuck do they call it? Collectivist bargaining actions and just starts pushing them onto people. It's you and the giant collective that you know and the amount of outrage you can generate to get your point across. Like, I don't generate enough outrage. I can't. I am not a lot of people claim a lot of people are reactionaries on YouTube, and it's really hard for me to do the reactionary thing. Because I'm not necessarily afraid of being wrong. I just don't like being wrong. And a prime example of that was me waiting to do... Okay, do you remember when there was all over Twitter? All over fucking Twitter. They were going, oh, BLM activists kidnap white retarded male and torture him for hours. And there was the BLM kidnapping hashtag that was going around everywhere. So I downloaded the original video, and I sat through all of it, actually. And painfully watched everything that was happening. And there was zero mention of BLM in that video. None at all. They never mentioned that they're for BLM. They never mentioned that they're BLM members. They never mentioned that they're doing this for BLM. The guy was trying to promote his rap career. The thing they talked about more than anything was promoting the fact that he's a hardcore gangster who's on probation, who's got a new album out right now, and his new album is about to drop, so he wants to generate revenue, which is exactly what you do. You generate outrage. Right? That's how you get things done. You generate outrage and you generate interest in your brand. He was releasing a rap album and he was trying to generate outrage, I guess, or present himself as a hardcore gangster by kidnapping someone who was his friend, because the facts are that they were friends, and torturing him, I guess. I don't know if I call it torture. I've seen way worse torture. I've seen a lot of, like, I'm not that outraged. The police will deal with the situation. He will either go to jail or he won't. And when and if he does, then he will. The
biggest outrage there was to it was kind of a clear double standard of how easy it would be to consider it a hate crime if the races were reversed.
Okay.
I think that was the biggest outrage most people had with it when it came to the officer who came to the scene of the crime and suggested that it might, only that it might, be considered a hate crime.
But again, a lot of the problem right now is that a lot of people are calling everything a hate crime. Everything's being called a hate crime. I don't want to be in the same boat of running around calling everything a hate crime, saying that everyone needs to be prosecuted by whoever the hell's prosecuting hate crimes these days. What's happening? Am I done? I guess I'm done. But the whole point is that everyone went on about how these guys are BLM. No sign of BLM in it. They weren't BLM. It's just more outrage, ideological outrage. It was a bunch of people yelling about BLM because they didn't like BLM and then talked shit about the entire situation. And they were horribly fucking wrong about it. I'm glad I watched the video, waited, and then I didn't release the video because shit.
Honestly, it's kind of similar towards what a lot of the feminist YouTubers will do.
All right, April, take care. We'll talk. See each other soon. Whatever. I'll set up. If you want to join the gaming Discord, you can come hang out with us in voice if you feel like it. If you, I'll tweet the invite link to you. We'll talk again. I would like to know more about what's been going on your end and why you're being oppressed. Because I'll mention that. Why not? I know YouTube's oppressing a lot of people. Also, sorry, Zico, go on. What are you trying to say?
Oh, I was about to go into a more political subject and just decided probably better not to feed it.
No, go ahead. Why not?
Well, it's kind of something that if you go to look at some of the feminist YouTubers, like, what was it, Logan? What was that one feminist Brit? Logan? Well, Garrett kind of does it too, where a lot of times they take this stance where they'll go and attack someone and attach a label to them. It also helps generate outrage because with trying to attribute a label that that person doesn't necessarily identify with.
Right. No, a lot of people do that. They add a lot of they label people just so. This is the problem. This is my problem. Is that I feel like a lot of us are being more controlled than we need to be, to a certain degree, and letting a lot of the opposition control who we are by determining what we are. Like Varen keeps repeating the term. Why do you continuously let the opposition define who you are? Why do you get? Why does the opposition keep calling me the alt-right? I don't think I'm the alt-right. I'm not racist. I don't give a shit about.
that I know are not alt-right.
Right, but we're gonna continuously get called outright, aren't we? Because we have opinions that are considered somewhat conservative. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of the fact that children... Oh, thank you.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I come off as more conservative compared to, like, what would be the general public, but, like, with some of my views, there's a lot of them that I'm not so sure you would consider conservative. I don't know really where on that I really fall, to be honest. Like, yeah, there's been one person in my life so far that's actually asked if I was alt-right.
Hacking in.
So I guess she thought I was interesting and funny, but just wanted to make sure that I wasn't somehow in one of the most fringe movements. Kind of
No,
more
we
isolated.
literally had identity streams about this. I literally have like 3 or 4 different streams specifically expressing this point. Who the hell is the alt-right? Because if I'm being called alt-right and I'm in a mixed race relationship and a first-generation immigrant out of a country that's also full of people that aren't considered white by the alt-right, what exactly is happening here? Why is the media labeling me alt-right? Why am I the enemy all of a sudden? I thought I was the primary interest group. What do you call it? The primary ally that they wanted. The first generation immigrants in a new country who's not 100% white, who kind of knows a shit. I thought I was supposed to grow up and helped and like help all the minorities advance in life, which of course, you know, we are, because I'm still paying my taxes and can't avoid that, can I?
Send a support request to command.
Yeah.
Negative. Communications have been jammed.
That would be...
Can I jump off of here?
And two, you kind of already know, like, some of the things about me that would not really come off as, like...
Yes,
far-right.
you're definitely not a conservative as far as certain things go. Let's say socially, you're incredibly liberal, if not even a little bit degenerate. And remember, the word degenerate only means worse than their father, and worse is a relative term at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Also, April, thanks for all the love. Like I said, we'll talk again soon. We'll sort out. What? Where are you going? Get back up.
Well, to kind of address this too, like, yeah, the only reasons why I don't really agree with much of the left is usually on the ideologies that are formed within the left. So I'm not exactly, like, socially far left. And I do tend to be a great deal more economically conservative.
Well, look, what do you mean economically conservative? It's just like I don't want to give up 40% of my money to somebody else?
Yeah.
What is this conservative? Like how? I ask people, how much taxes are you paying? Like, do you know how much of your taxes you're paying, and all the time? Like, consider, I love pointing out to people that the government is double dipping. They're double dipping, and most people don't realize about the double dipping. Like, I'm paying 35% of my income to the government, and then I'm paying another 13% on anything that I buy. And they're already taking a certain percentage from my boss for paying me. I think it's up to 10%. If you're a corporation, incorporated corporations, they pay 10% of what they're supposed to give you to the government. Then the government takes off the 35% from me. Then they also take 15% off whatever I buy. How much money am I left with at the end of the day? 10, 35? That's 45 plus another 13? That's more than 50% of my money goes straight to the government before I even get to do anything with it. And if I dare put it in a savings account to save it up, the government's gonna take a profit of that too. They want income tax off of income generated off of money I already paid. How the fuck does that make any sense?
And that would be what would make you more economically conservative. You take
No,
issue with that.
but as a small business owner, literally, the left keeps going on about how corporations are destroying everything, but there's the liberal government that keeps pushing this forward, right? It's always the liberal government that destroys small businesses. And the left is always like, well, who cares? The business owner should be able to pay more. But I'm a small business owner. I don't make a lot of money, and I'm trying to hire more people. And which means that the people I'm hiring are getting less money because I have to give up 10% of whatever, 10%, like instead of giving them the full 10%, an extra 10%, I have to give 10% off to the government. Plus the minimum wage is ridiculous too. It's now up at $14 an hour in Ontario. $14 an hour minimum wage. Do you know how many people are getting fired? I've been talking to a lot of guys in my field, and a lot of the people who are also running their own businesses. They're like, look, they just went up by $3. For every 5 people I have to get rid of one. Because they literally decreased the amount of money I can... You know, is he not firing? Damn. Okay. Like, that's the other problem, is if women keep going #MeToo about everything, why would you hire them? Why would you put them in an environment? Women are still the minority of the workforce. They're not a majority. And they're not in the construction... they're definitely a minority in construction. So why would you hire women if they have a probability of just sexual assault claims for everything? For whistling, for looking, for touching, for brushing up against them, for suggesting something? And the construction field is a high testosterone, high auxiliary type of environment.
You're kind of bringing up a lot of early MR.
No, that's what I'm saying. In my latest one, it's almost as if I did go full MRA.
Affirmative. Infiltrating enemy subunit. Behavior table adjusted.
Or,
Balance
to be fair,
controls
like when the
overridden.
movement kind of started,
Enemy
when it
unit
was
subjugation complete.
very few members. However, it does kind of seem like the movement as a whole, at least on YouTube, has gone on a certain shift, where it is them playing so much more of the viral marketing game that they're just not really promoting the awareness that they're wanting to. Like, the whole point in trying to gain so much popularity on YouTube for the honey badgers was so that they could get more people to tune in to their radio station to try to help bring awareness of a lot of men's issues in society. However, due to the way that they've gone about it, it's actually caused a lot of negative backlash. Good case in point would be Allison Tieman's appearance on the Kumite, when she went against Mr. Medicare on Dr. Randomer Cam's behalf. And then Karen Strawn took the mantle to support Allison and challenged Jim through a video. And of course, Dr. Randomer Cam is doing fuck all about it.
Well, I think me and you have talked about this before, right? Like, women can go and do things on men's behalf, but men generally have a hard time accepting, what do I call it? Victim mentality. Men don't like to portray themselves as victims. That's not what we do. That's not how we do it. That's not how we're geared for it. Like, a large portion of what they talk about, like in the Red Pill, for example, where it's mostly men that die at work, it's mostly men that die at war, it's mostly men that sacrifice a lot for their families. A lot of it is sacrificial, and we will never consider it a sacrifice. And it's really hard for them to be like, yes, admit to everybody that you're oppressed. And you're like, what are you talking about? Admit to everyone that I'm oppressed. I personally feel like trying to work 7 days a week, full time, and bust my ass, and while doing everything else, is what I want to be doing. Do I wanna, like, well, why are so many of the leftist men playing into victim mentality? Do they just not want to do anything? Is it just not wanting to do? Are they not willing to get a job? Are they willing to say, yes, I'm oppressed by all the corporations, by all the racism in the world?
It was an honor
The
to fight
thing,
with you.
though, is addressing it, I don't really think is
The honor was mine.
necessarily a claim of oppression. Yeah, it does seem to be taking that form to some degree, but I don't... Because, yeah, I can get how it can be twisted in, okay, we're being oppressed, this is something we're being made to do. No, it's something that a lot of men in society have just kind of taken to doing without much complaint, and it's something they just kind of come to expect.
Well, look,
The issue
there's the reason...
doesn't get recognized.
No,
It just doesn't.
It's not like they don't get recognized. Being a man. You know the term being a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's really awkward right now because a lot of people claim that they're men, but they're men biologically, not ideologically. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do, but
So,
yet again,
mission
it
complete
just
and all
kind of
that,
plays
huh?
into that whole
The
factor
Goliaths were
that
wiped out, and we
in
secured a
society
route
you
into
do
enemy
almost kind of have
territory.
to earn your
Now we can-
manhood to some degree, in
Well,
order to
yes.
actually be considered a man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because
And
look.
for
A lot of
uploading
people
my
Do we
say I
have
want to be a
equivalent
man.
to
Like,
this for women?
why did I disassociate? There's a portion of reasons why I disassociated from
I don't remember.
Trigger
There
server,
wasn't a
and
whole
I'm
lot
sorry to
going
point
down
this
there,
out,
you know?
but this is really difficult for me to continue having a business relationship with somebody who sits around and propagates conservative views. He says you have to work hard, you have to be a good man, you have to follow your family, take care of your kids first, and capitalism and working hard and all of that shit.
Glory.
But then again, the same person who's spewing that message out is jobless. Literally was engaged and ruined his relationship because of his inability to communicate with his fiancée. Can't hold a job worth a shit and sits around begging for money on the internet. How am I supposed to take that seriously? How am I supposed to take my example of what it means to be?
I haven't been taking that seriously since the very get-go. It's why he goes so hostile on people when they're on there.
Well-
It's the one thing he can really do with himself. And like, if he genuinely is a sociopath, he may not actually be able to socially connect with people as he needs to. And it might just be more difficult for him to actually understand the significance in practice. I think it's a cognitive dissonance for him.
It's a horrible cognitive dissonance.
So I think I've addressed this with you before, others, that I just don't really like the whole fact that he's clearly not working and so forth. Just puts me off because it's very clear that he's expecting me or others to just hand him stuff.
He literally is.
Sure, business, yeah.
But hold on, that's the point, isn't it? That's the whole point. Is that I've been building his Discord, I've been building his fan base, I've been building my fan base and sharing it with him. April, you said you're going to leave. Why are you still here? Look, April. Go to Celerius. If you want to hear some of the shit we've been talking about, go to Celerius on YouTube and download or pre-stream one of my podcasts. Me and my girlfriend go over a lot of this stuff together. She is majoring, getting her PhD in experimental psychology, and I just love a lot of socioeconomic situations, and my favorite thing is social engineering. I go on. There's a reason my podcast ranged from 45 minutes of drunken talk to 2.5 hours of the last one, where we what's his name, Philip Zimbardo, the guy who did the Stanford prison experiment. He's recently come out with a TED video where he breaks down what's been happening and why men have been falling behind and what we can do about it. And I don't know. It was really interesting. We went through all the notes and we addressed a lot of the issues. Like I said. One of the things he discovered was that 6-year-olds watch up to 2 hours of pornography a week. And 6-year-olds. So there's too much to talk about, and I hate doing it on gaming streams. That's why I have my podcast. But sorry, yes. It's hard. It's hard to sit around and watch this happen. And the whole point is I built his podcast. I was building an audience for the most of us. I've been doing a lot, like... we've been doing Dumpster Fire for 1.5 years, and it's gotten no traction. The only people that watch Dumpster Fire are like Russell once in a while, like in you guys, the close-knit community, which isn't around because of him, because he literally pushes everyone away and tells everyone to kill themselves. Well, I'm trying to garner a friendship of sorts, I guess, a relationship. What is this? What is happening? And literally nothing's happening.
One thing I can tell is I can easily go on for hours on this, but looks like I gotta get going, so I'll have to talk to you a bit more about this later.
All right. Fine. Go. I'll be here by myself then. Just playing video games. Just by myself. A Block, where are you? Nope, he's not responding either. What do you think about all this?
I'm Canadian, so I could hear.
Oh, you think because I'm Canadian you don't care? You don't think I talk about mostly American politics?
Talk about it all the time. Just don't feel the need to actually talk about it since I'm only 16 and politics aren't my thing really.
Oh,
Games.
Mr. Saki, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. No, I know. It's games.
Donald Trump with the NBA basketball players and all that, and might be up for that, but not actual.
Wait, well, what's happening with the NBA?
So Donald Trump decided he was gonna diss an NBA player because of like what he did. So an NBA player decided to come back at Donald Trump. So Donald Trump like suspended his terms as an NBA player for a little bit. There's like a big riot about how the NBA players like.
Regulations and all, you know.
I don't like talking. Give me a second.
All right.
Give me just 1 minute. Gotta gather my thoughts.
Saki the real. Sorry, I only caught it real quick on OBS. It's a Saki something, but yes, Saki the real. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
Good. If things go wrong during an op, you may have to sacrifice yourself in order to finish it. So, once you're finished making adjustments, you can go ahead and close this out.
What is this? Am I done here? There we go.
Morning.
So I'm not sure what just happened. I just self-destructed and woke up on a spaceship. Is this what happened? What do you guys think of the gameplay so far? Do you like the fact that it keeps jumping from side-scrolling platformer to top view bullet hell games to third-person's hack and slash?
I see.
Oh, don't worry. We 9S models are the best around, you know. Though I suppose we're not exactly known for our modesty.
9S.
What is it, ma'am?
Stop calling me ma'am.
Huh?
Okay.
There's no need to be so formal.
All right. If you say so. Oh, I almost forgot. The commander was calling for you. We better go see what's up, man. Or, to be.
Okay, I'm going to be right back, guys. Just give me a second. Small bathroom break. Okay, I'm back. No breaks.
I'm back too, but I just don't like talking about politics. Smart.
Smart? But
Yeah, it's more like I don't get involved with stuff like that.
But like, okay, do you get what I'm saying most of the time though?
All the time.
Not all the time. All right. I like you'll see
Get what you're saying.
You'll see it more and more once. What is happening? There it is. Choose combat style. Okay. Like, you're gonna get more and more of this as you progress through high school, through university, through college, whatever the hell you're going to be doing, or in the workforce. Oh wait, there it is. Sorry, bring the game back. And I'm kind of trying to express the kind of things that I've gone through and I've watched happen, I guess, over time. So you don't have to listen. You don't have to talk to me about it. But item shop. Buy. It's just going to be either worse or better, and for some reason I feel like it's going to get significantly worse. Like, at least it's just. God, I don't know what any of these things are. Auto evade. I have most of these already. Fishing spot. I don't know why I would need to fish in this game. I'm not gonna need any of this. Okay. But I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't get worse. I hope it gets better. I hope we all figure out exactly what the hell's happening. Well, look, do you think race relations have gotten better over the past 10 years or worse? No, I feel like they've gotten worse. And that's just my perspective on the subject. Okay. No. Same thing. Quick save. I wonder if this game has multiplayer. So where the hell am I going? 5-0. No, okay, whatever. 21-0? Help out with what? What do you want to help out with? What, race relations? Or in this game? Can access this now. Shop. Alright. Sorry, I've never been to this part of the game. I don't know. I don't actually know what's happening right now. Buy upgrade pod. I don't have the required materials. Okay. Well. R10 laser. Okay, I already have that. I have that. Storage. Oh my god, I don't feel like I've touched the portion of this game yet. Okay, well I am in the first like 10 minutes of this game, so we'll see what happens. Let's just upgrade all the stuff. Alright. It's a weird shop. Oh right. Okay. So you're not American. Yeah. For you guys, it's a little bit different. I don't know how different, but from what I understood, from a buddy of mine moved to somewhere in England for work, and he's saying that you guys out there are horribly racist, especially against Italians. Hanger. Because he's Italian, and people keep coming up to him and complaining about how much they hate Italians. And he's like, "But I'm Italian." They're like, "No. You're the really light kind of Italian." He's like, "What the fuck?" That's not the kind of racism we have here. But then again, I hear stories about the States where it just gets really intense too. So I don't know. I don't know what it's like from place to place. I've mostly lived in Toronto and now live in Ottawa. So both really liberal places. Maybe it is. Maybe it does get pretty intense in other places that we're just not aware of. Guys, where am I going? I'm gonna go to the red marker because I feel like that's where I'm supposed to be going. I have control over the camera again. Well, I got my sword back. And it might mean I might have to kill everybody later. Probably some Terminator situation. Wait, why is this one doing the opposite? Why does she only have her face covered instead of her eyes? Whatever. Maybe. We kind of joke about our differences too, but... Stop talking. How do I get her to stop talking to me? Okay, there we go.
Ah, 2B. Maintenance finished? Yes, Commander. You detonated your black box in order to defeat the enemy. Bold, but risky. Try not to be so reckless next time. Understood. I know you're fresh out of maintenance, but I have another mission for you. I need you to head to the surface, rendezvous with the Resistance, and do some recon.
Doesn't Yorha have a dedicated Resistance contact already?
We haven't been able to get in touch with them, so we'll need you to look into that as well. Understood.
Well, that's literally what I'm saying. That for some reason, everyone all of a sudden decided to be like, "Hey, let's." Okay, now I'm confused. Where the hell am I supposed to be going now? Okay, like I said, it wasn't this bad. I had plenty of friends with plenty of issues, and it wasn't until recently where all of a sudden race became a whole thing again. Like the joke was, I thought we solved racism. I thought we were fine. I thought everything was gonna be okay, and we could just all work together towards things.
Usually we can't get NieR flight units. They're way too expensive for us grunts. Too bad they can't mass produce these things yet.
Then something happened. I say something happened. I know what happened, but that just gets into weird conspiracy theory territory, and most people don't like conspiracy theories. But if you guys do want to know what's been happening recently, check out Ryan Holiday's interviews or books. He's written a few about how reporters and blogs and channels like places like YouTube has helped contribute to outrage culture, which is primarily what we're having an issue with right now. They gave them an entire industry of just outrage, I guess. Like, a lot of people just sit around and complain continuously about everything all the time. Just sit around and just bitch. Like, look at most YouTube videos or most tweets. They're about how everyone's oppressed and confused and pissed off, and how everyone is unhappy about everything all the time. That's literally not what anyone wants. But it sells. It makes a lot of money, and people make a lot of money from it.
You're going to have some new weaponry installed from here
on out. That's what gets clicks, right? They say, find clickbait, make clickbait. What's clickbait? It's controversial subjects. Oh. And make people wonder what all that was about. Like, you'll never believe what happened here or what happened there. Yeah, you might actually be right. The new sex bots that they're building are pretty goddamn convincing. The joke. Look, I'm going to joke about it, but also I'm probably not going to. I've seen some really cool stuff that the Japanese have built, and let's just say sex robots is one of those things. And I've heard a lot of women complain about things like. I know. Only because I'm trying to be very careful about the subject.
Bunker to 2B, come in. I've set a landing
Like, who are the sex robots for? Do you know who? Also, you're not in voice channel with me, so I can't talk to you directly. I gotta wait for a response. And keep the dead air full. I can just sit here and play the game. I don't care. Personally, I might go for another half an hour or so and then give it a rest and go play Minecraft. I want to do that speed run. Is it? I'm not sure if it's even a speed run. So does this game have open world sequences? That'd be cool.
Target location acquired.
Maybe I'm trying to be too diplomatic about what the kind of crap I want to talk about or say specifically. Minimap? Minimap. Like, to a certain degree, I'm kind of confused about why the liberals have been, progressives have been talking about, in California, they've been talking about trying to make sex work legal, 100% legal and fine. But then the sex workers, they're going hashtag Me Too about people that paid them for sex. I'm like, but it's your job, and you guys have been wanting to make that shit legal for everyone to get paid for what they want to do. So no one's prosecuted, but now you're saying that you were taken advantage of? I don't understand. I don't understand. So some of these things are just irritating. This is kind of why I do my podcast about the subjects. Why I talk about this stuff and try and figure out what the hell's happening. Like, I don't like Donald Trump. I never liked Donald Trump. He was a better alternative to Hillary Clinton than anything else. Minecraft. No, I will play Minecraft later. I know some people, and I promised them I'll play with them. It's not nearly as exciting as Upskirt Simulator, apparently, but I've had the game for a while. I just never beat it, and I don't want to play games by myself. Like, the only reason I'm here right now by myself, sitting here, is because it's too early for my overseas friends to be on, and too late. I guess too late for my overseas friends to be on, and too early for anyone else to want to come play with me. So I'm not sure if this game has any form of multiplayer. So Minecraft then. I don't know. We tried playing 7 Days to Die. We haven't done that in a while. Do I kill these things? They look tougher than they looked. Do I get anything from it? I do. And I've only streamed Minecraft once. And I've played Minecraft before on my Xbox. I think I got it for free at some point. Okay. if you want to talk about
According to our intel,
solicitation
those machines in this
is,
area are hostile.
I'm not sure if it's
Been
legal or
seeing
not.
more
I'm
and
not sure
more
how this
evidence like
works.
this
They
lately.
said that
They just
you are
stand there
allowed
and stare into
to.
space. It's pretty weird.
Oh, where'd their sword go? You're allowed to have sex for money. They prefer that they can tax it because that's how the liberal governments work. They prefer that to tax sex work. But you're not allowed to discuss prices in the open. So like you can't do it on the streets in your car. But you could later on do it at a hotel. I don't know what they get you on. I think it's like not paying your taxes is what they get you on at some point. But I don't know. I don't know. This is getting really weird for me and really touchy. And unless we can sit here and discuss it for long periods of time, I prefer not to talk about sex work, especially on the channel. I'm trying to keep relatively PG friendly. Relatively. Clearly, the conversation has gone nowhere near PG. Okay, so that's a save point. I'll remember that.
Map data obtained from bunker. Data may be displayed from the system menu.
Map data, huh? It's hard to get an accurate picture from this. Our satellite resolution isn't so hot. Hopefully they deploy some new satellites soon.
They have to figure it out.
Idea is good enough.
Everyone's got to figure this
You
out
don't let anything
sometime.
get in
And
your
I wish there was ways more of us could figure it out by actually discussing the subject. Speaking of the European Union, though, what the hell? You guys sent Count Dracula, or at least convicted? Okay, he hasn't been sentenced yet, so I don't know. I have a feeling that his sentencing will just be time served. But just as a warning that humor is no longer allowed in the UK. But yeah, it's a pug that lifted its arm whenever he said something. I wouldn't even call that like offensive. As far as that goes, my cat does the same thing. I pick her up and just her right paw just goes straight up into the air. Siggy laughs her ass off. She's like, "What is she doing? Why is she doing that?" So I'm a high intensive battle robot, but bushes stumble me. This is weird. Oh, I got knocked in the face. As a small point, though, I feel like there's way more script physics at this point of the game for some reason. It's like if you pass that initial stage, then they let you get onto the good stuff. Maybe it's just brighter. I guess all my items are gone now. But I don't know. That's another one of those dangerous things. All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks for sticking around. Take care. Oh, who's left then? If you're leaving, then who's left? Who's still not talking to me? Oh, that was pretty cool. Maybe I should do those kind of combos more often. Oh, okay, so you're still here. Your friend was here. Why didn't you talk to her? She said that she showed up to talk to you, and you weren't here. What's her name? April. No, I can't go in there. Well, that's fantastic. What am I even collecting? What is this stuff? Tree seed? Okay. Still says 2 people are watching. I'm not sure who. Come on, people. The stream did say come talk to me. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here playing video games. Well, I did say follow the red markers. I'll just go follow the red markers. See what battle scenes I can get to.
Plant life has claimed most of the central area.
No, I know. I know you. I'm not expecting you to sit around and talk to me the entire time. I know you're busy to a certain degree. And I'm just sitting here playing video games. Maybe I'll just go have breakfast in a couple of minutes. I say breakfast, but it's 2:20. But Siggy's finally awake. So that's good. Get back to the red. I'm kind of upset that my what's it called, heavy attack sword is gone. Okay, so the black dots on the minimap represent enemies. That's good to know. Wait, start fishing. Why did start fishing prompt leave? Do I have to hold it? Or do I have to go up there and fish from? No, that would be dumb. Oh, there we go. Found the place. So if anyone's still watching, join the Discord. Come hang out with me if you want.
Camp, huh?
Or
we should probably go talk to their leader first thing.
or not. Okay, where's their leader?
You're number 2.
You know about 2B?
Yes, well, the bunker told me to expect you. My name is Anemone. I'm the leader of the android resistance that controls most of this territory. You must be the new scouts we heard about. Well, I'm sure my people will have plenty of information for you. Please feel free to ask them anything you like.
All right. Resistance member. Oh no, is this game full of resistance as well? What's happening? Okay, fine, nothing. Nothing. What's the key to continue this conversation? Yes, I am very interested in that type of thing. Show me your weapons. Show me your goods. Okay. Yes, show me your weapons. Come on. Okay, so I guess I have to come here, click on that. Oh, subquest, great. That's a woman? Alright, fine. I guess the stature says woman. Alright. That's fine. One more. Oh, this is the shop. This guy. Let's see what this junk guy does. Supply trader. So I'm supposed to be killing the animals in order to ride them. You can ride animals? Alright, fine. Fine. I'll go ride animals or whatever. Okay, there we go.
Target location data obtained.
Okay.
Marking on map.
What's this area? Doesn't look like there's anything going on here. Ah, he glitched out. I don't care. There's a box. No, no. I don't want to rest. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Alright, let's try one mission, and then I'll go take a break.
This must have been quite a city once upon a time. Too bad vegetation's claimed most of it now.
Operator 60 to 2B. It is time for your regularly scheduled contact.
This is 2B. Nothing to report.
Good to hear. Say, how's the weather on Earth today? Good?
It's fine. Does that question have anything to do with our operation?
Not really. I just figured it might feel nice to have some good weather.
Feeling nice has no bearing on completing missions.
That is so like you, 2B. Anyway, talk to you later.
What? Okay, well, the moose just kicked my ass, so that's not cool. To my weapons. Weapon slot A. Okay, so it's the same thing. I don't have a weapons set 2. I wonder where my weapons went. This is ridiculous. Alright.
Okay, that's everything the supply trader asked for.
Is that it? What's the other missions
Man,
for
these
then?
chores are a real pain in the butt, huh?
The Resistance is a valuable ally to Yorha. By helping them, we also help ourselves. So no, I don't think they're a pain.
Yeah, yeah.
What? I can't go through there. That's bullshit.
This is the place that weapons trader was talking about. Uh-oh. I'm picking up hostile machine life forms.
That's, those guys have big axes. I like it. The enemies are getting harder. And that's it. forgetting here? What am I not seeing? Well, I'm sorry that I can't be more entertaining, but I guess I need to take a short break.
Proposal. Eliminate enemies in vicinity and restore access point immediately.
Okay, you know what? That should be fine. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'll be back later to live stream some more and do some other stuff, I guess. Probably going to be playing Minecraft or some... I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Far Cry 5. Alright, thanks for all the subscriptions. Thanks for all the donations. And you guys have a good night.